Hey, you guys, I hope this message finds you well today. I'm being led to share with you that this is a season of releasing external validation. So, if you haven't already, I feel that you may be working on releasing this external validation during this time, letting go of the need to feel seen and heard by people that you thought were in your corner or by people that you've connected with over time. You are releasing the need to feel worthy based off of their perspectives, because at the end of the day, God is the perspective, the universe is the perspective, source is the perspective that you are holding on to during this time. Okay, there's a lot of situations and people, things around you that have not seen your whole story, that have not known your whole truth. And God will allow certain situations to fall away from you as you are continuing to walk down a path that you are feeling guided towards. Okay, that is truly authentic and aligned with what it is that you are here to experience on your soul's journey. And if this video found you, take what resonates, leave the rest for somebody else. I'm connecting to multiple people here, but I really think that this season is about you loving yourself. It's really about you finally realizing that the connections that you've had in the past leading up into this point reflected back to you parts of you that maybe felt unworthy of love, parts of you that are continuing to learn how to love yourself. I feel like this video could have found a group of you who maybe grew up thinking that by acts of service, that is how you would receive love. You always needed to be doing something to feel worthy of love. You always felt like you needed to be of service in some way to feel love, and you never should have had to put yourself on the line to feel love, is what I'm kind of getting right now. Yes, we learn to love each other by holding space for each other, doing kind things, being a kind person, but at the end of the day, you were always meant to be loved. You were always meant to feel love on a deep level without having to do things to get it. Okay. I think that if this message found you, this is your season. This is truly a season of you releasing all the old narratives, all the old stories surrounding what it is that you came here to do, what it is that you feel guided towards in this life. Okay. I feel that you are somebody that's very different from your crowd of people, your norm that you may surround yourself with or that you've been surrounded by. And maybe that's why it took you so long to get here, because you may have spent so much time trying to be everybody else's cup of tea that you realized eventually, like, wait, this isn't even the kind of tea that I like. This ain't my kind of tea, and I'm over here pouring and giving to these situations, and that it's not my cup of tea. I feel that you are somebody who is very grounded. You love being out in nature, and maybe really I'm getting like really connecting with spirit through nature, with God through nature. So if this does resonate with you, when you have these moments of feeling that imbalance, really make that time to go out in Mother Nature and connect with the earth, connect with God, connect with spirit. Allow yourself to be fully seen by source, and tell yourself, tell the universe, tell God, I am releasing these things that don't serve me. I am releasing the external validation. I do not need the external validation, because everything that I need is within you. It's within me. It's right here in this moment. I feel that you are allowing yourself to finally feel worthy of love. Like that's like the theme here that I'm getting during this time, is that you are finally allowing yourself to feel worthy of love. And what is that, may you ask? I feel like you are questioning, what is love? What is real love? Because you've been surrounded by so many situations that may have been draining and depleting. Like, I'm getting like energy vampires. Like, you may have been surrounded by a lot of situations and people that took from you, that filled you up for a little bit of time, but then in the end it took more from you than what it gave to you. I feel like I'm talking to somebody or a collective of you that have a very childlike spirit. You have a very childlike, whimsical, like free spirit, and you are very loving. You are very open and willing to be like anybody's friend. I feel like you were somebody that grew up and it was just so easy for you to make friends because you looked at everybody as the same. You looked at everybody as family, as a friend, as somebody to love. And it took a lot of these situations to show you that there's a lot of people who still have unhealed trauma, unhealed shadows that they have yet to come face to face with, and that it is not your job to be there to ride somebody through the whole thing. It's like you can do what you can to put the water in front of somebody so they could see the reflection. You can do what you can to be that uplifting person, that uplifting message, that uplifting friend. But unless somebody is willing to look into that water, into the reflection, and do that work within themselves, you may find yourself running in circles with connections or relationships or scenarios that leave you feeling more depleted, that take from you more than they give to you. And if not, if you feel comfortable pouring into these situations, pouring into these connections or scenarios, then you can continue to do so, but make sure you're holding those boundaries in place as well. Make sure when you give that you're like, okay, now that was a lot of energy invested into this situation. I need to take some time to pull back now, or else it can really feel like you're taking on and taking on and taking on and not giving yourself that room to breathe and be. Excuse me. I think that allowing yourself the freedom within these, I'm getting like small moments. Like, maybe you're somebody who's very busy. Like, I feel like as humans, like we're busier than normal anyway. Like, we should be in fields growing vegetables, walking door to door like some hobbits for my Tolkien fans. But I really think that you are somebody who is allowing yourself to feel deserving of time, deserving of a moment to you, deserving of allowing your nervous system to feel safe again. And if you are somebody who has experienced traumatic situations, traumatic events, back to back, or just like you feel like most of your life, like it's been a constant battle, you are finally like, I deserve to rest. I deserve to feel peace. I deserve to have aligned connections, authentic relationships. I deserve to feel like I can be myself and not be sorry for who I am and have to tiptoe around these people because they remember me as being this version of this person. They remember me as I was when I didn't have boundaries. They remember me as somebody who said yes all the time. I feel like you've had to learn to say no. You've had to say no. You're learning to say no. You're learning to know that it's okay. And if you this is all something that you're practicing during this time, and you're really starting to embody more of this energy. Spirit is saying you are on the right path. This is a part of your journey. This is a part of your soul's purpose, is allowing yourself to create that space for you. And with creating that space for you, with acknowledging that you are deserving of love, of worthiness, of feeling empowering, you're worthy of good things. It comes with setting boundaries. It comes with allowing yourself to be in uncomfortable situations where you may have to hurt somebody's feelings. You may have to disappoint some people, because at the end of the day, if you are feeling called and pulled in a direction and it is no longer aligned with where you've been, either God, the universe, is going to make something happen to let things fall apart, or you're going to have to begin to take this initiative and really allow yourself to say, you know what, God, I'm going to work hand in hand with you. Let's do this together. Let's do this together, Spirit. Because together we're stronger. Knowing that you're not alone, I really feel like your spirit guides, God, the universe wants you to know, like, you are not alone during this time. A lot of the time when we are going through a dark night of the soul, you know, when we're releasing karmic cycles and things that no longer serve us, toxic habits, you know, people pleasing, when we are going through a time that requires us to be somebody that we have never been, usually those are the times that can feel the most lonely. But God has you, Spirit has you, Source has you, and you are divinely protected. You are. So when it does feel lonely, when it does feel like there's situations and people around you that are falling away, that you thought would continue to be around, that would continue to support you or hold your hand, and they're not there to do that, just know that that's all a part of God's plan, okay? There's no room to hold everybody else's hand when God's holding your hand. Sometimes God wants to take you on a walk, just you, not have everybody else lingering around you. Sometimes God wants to have a talk with you and not have everybody listening in on the conversation, okay? I feel like this chapter of your life is really, really, really allowing you to step into a version of yourself that you've never had the freedom to truly be. And now that you are here, you might have went through hell and back. I'll tell you, like, that's the energy that I'm getting. Like, you might have been through hell and back to get here, but now that you're here, things are going to start coming into your life effortlessly. Love, connections that are uplifting, opportunities, the finances, the abundance. Claim it. Like, claim it right here, right now, because it is. As you allow for the energy of lack to be released from your life, whether it's through people, whether it's through the lack of your own boundaries, whether it's through the lack of toxic habits you may have had or held on to that were not serving you, as you release all that dead weight, you are telling God and the universe, I'm ready to pull in all the things that are truly aligned with me. All the abundant things that are meant to find me are on their way to me right now, in this very moment. The season may feel uncomfortable for you, but it's aligned, it's blessed, and you're exactly where you're meant to be. Okay, that's what I have for you today. I hope that this finds you well, and stay blessed.